When Max Fried signed an 8-year, $218 million contract with the Yankees this offseason, it came with pretty high expectations. That is a lot of money for anybody, but it's a lot of money for a starter and a lot of money for a number 2 starter with, at the time, the Yankees having Garrett Cole healthy and back on his contract as well. And boy, are the Yankees thrilled that they made this signing. Max Fried has been absolutely sensational in his 8 games this season. He is 6-0, and the Yankees have won all 8 of his starts this year. A 1.05 ERA, a 0.91 whip. He is off to the best 8-game start of a new Yankees player in the history of Yankees pitching signings. And he's also having one of the 5 best beginnings of the season through 8 starts of all time for any Yankees starting pitcher. He has been absolutely sensational in his time so far in the Bronx, and he's doing it with a healthy mix of pitches. He has thrown 7 different pitches so far this year, using 5 primary pitches: his four-seam fastball, his sinker, cutter, sweeper, and changeup. He's also worked in a little bit of a cutter from time to time. He's also thrown a few true sliders as well so far this season. But for the most part, it is fastball, sinker, cutter, and he has been absolutely, really sensational all throughout the season. You start to look at some of his numbers that he's been able to put up so far this year with all of those pitches, and it is quite remarkable. Right now, Baseball Savant has him as having one of the best fastballs in baseball. His average X velocity is in the 75th percentile, which makes sense. He loves to induce small, weak contact, I should say. Even though he doesn't have great fastball velocity, it is doing wonders for him so far this year. He's not walking a lot of batters, 85th percentile in walk rate, 79th percentile in ground ball percentage. And, you start to look at where he is standing right now, and it is obviously what he's doing for New York has been remarkable. He, among all qualified players, Max Fried leads all of baseball with a 1.05 ERA in his 8 starts so far this year. He also is among the leader in innings pitched. Obviously strikeouts are not a huge part of his game, but he is still, top 20 in strikeouts, and his whip is 5th in the entire Major League Baseball, and his batting average against is, where is he down here? He is 9th. So, and this is not just in the American League. This is all of baseball. By the way, the leader in batting average against in all of baseball, believe it or not, is Carlos Rodon at 151 by a pretty healthy margin, by the way. Far cry from some of the earlier parts of the season. But Max Fried has been absolutely sensational so far this season, and it is, you start to think about where the Yankees would be without him, given they're 5 games over 500 right now, and some of their other starts are 8-0 when he's able to play, or when he starts a game. And honestly, you're starting to kind of look at what he is able to do, and you look at the differences between his fastball changeup. It's about 19 miles an hour difference between the two on average, and a typical left-hander is closer to 14 miles an hour difference. So obviously, being able to mix pitch speeds at that sort of level is pretty important as well. And as you start to look at what he is doing and whether or not it's something that he can continue, there's really no reason to believe that he can't. There's no reason to sit back and say that, okay, he's due. I don't think he's going to pitch to a 1 ERA the rest of the year. So in that sense, yes, there will be regression. But, his fielding independent pitching, his FIP is 2.90 right now. And again, I don't see, he'll start giving up some more. I mean, right now he's got a 5.9 home run to fly ball rate, which is well below major league average and also well below his career averages of around 11.8%, which is basically where he was last year. So, yes, he will give up some more home runs. That's inevitable, especially as you're pitching in Yankee Stadium. Yes, his 231 BABIP is really low, but he is not a 300 BABIP guy. This is somebody that's going to be in that 280 ish range on batting average of balls in play typically. So you're not looking at him to regress all the way up to 300 there. But yeah, I mean, he's not going to have, I don't think he's going to end the season with a 1.05 ERA. But I do think he has a really strong chance to end the season with a sub-3 ERA, which is something that he was able to do in 2 of his last 3 years in Atlanta. And honestly, if you look back at really his entire tenure in Atlanta since he started getting 30 starts, you've got the 4.02 ERA, then 2.25, 3.04, 2.48, 2.55, 3.25. So, and the American League East isn't as dominant in any way this year as it's been in the past. So he does have a clear path to being maybe a sub-3 ERA guy for the Yankees so far this year. And, you take a look even at where all the metrics kind of put him and all the steamer, the zips, the projection outlets, even there have him just above 3. They're in the 3.2 to 3.3 range as well. So, look, it is everything we have seen from Max Fried so far, both from the eye test, under the hood, the advanced analytics, the basic analytics have told you he's off to a fantastic start. Right now he probably is the front runner to be, it's a little early to have this conversation, but I'm going to say it anyway. He's probably the front runner to be the starter for the American League All-Stars right now. And he needs to continue to keep it up, but the reality is not only is his hot start sustainable to some degree, but it's been sorely needed for New York. They would be in really, really dire straits right now if they did not have Max Fried taking the mound every 5th day. And it's not only super encouraging for this season, but it's very encouraging long term. He's going to be here for the long term. Garrett Cole will be back at some point next season. And you start to think of the possibility of future playoff runs where you're able to have both Garrett Cole and Max Fried healthy and on the mound for playoff series where they can really take things over and give the Yankees the best chance to win. So this will be one of those brief off-day shows here for the Yankees. We highlighted Aaron Judge last week. This week I want to highlight Max Fried, who has been an unbelievable addition to the Yankees rotation this year and beyond. And you really get excited for just what he can do long-term in pinstripes, especially if Garrett Cole comes back healthy and pitches the way he did before this Tommy John, or if they even add another pitcher at some point, whether it's at the deadline this year or next offseason, and you start to think about how playoff rotations could be set up with Max Fried near the top of that, and boy, is that exciting for Yankees fans. We'll talk tomorrow as the Yankees start their series with the Sacramento. Don't call them Sacramento. Don't call them Oakland. Don't call them Las Vegas. They're just the Athletic Athletics.